What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Carl from Sovereign Citizen Chronicles. Today, we're going to be in Judge Cedric Simpson's courtroom. He's going to have a guy before him that is in a little bit of trouble over his ankle monitor. All right. So, with that being said, let's get to this proceeding.
Court does call the case. People versus Ralph Wilson.
Ralph Wilson, Your Honor.
Yes.
Trevor Maysville.
Stephanie Cannon on behalf of Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, could you please state your name for the record?
Ralph Wilson. What will we do?
Your Honor, we are asking for a brief adjournment in this matter for see if we can get any negotiations going. In addition to that, because of how his phones accepts incoming calls, we were not able to act yesterday. So the first time I've had the opportunity to speak with him is, or not yesterday, Tuesday. The first time I've had the opportunity to speak with him is today.
All right. Before I give you your date, there's a violation report. Have you seen it?
No, Your Honor, may I approach?
It's a scram tamper.
May I approach?
Take that. And can you get me another one? I made me to. Oh, I don't know.
So, Your Honor, in speaking with my client, he has indicated he is not drinking. He has not been drinking. The only thing he can think is happening is that his job and what do you do for a living?
Custodian. I'm on diabetic. I'm on disability, but I work for First United Methodist Church downtown Ipsy behind the transit, and I work with a whole lot of chemical. I wash my hand, but I do use hand sanitizer. But when I got the ankle bracelet on November the 10th, the lady put it on, but she put it on this one on my right leg too tight. So when I got out the next day, I went over there and they took it off my right leg and put it on here, but it's on my bone. And so the only thing I did, no one tell me anything. So I just took a piece of tissue and tried to put down there, keep it off my bone.
And so he did go in, Your Honor. He had it adjusted because of this comfort he was having. So they have subsequently loosened it for him. They did
go into what day?
So
it had to be I went on the 10th, so probably the 14th or the 16th. And that's when I asked the officer over
what time did you do that?
I went over there. That's when I paid. I think I paid like 20 something. Yeah, $20. That's when one officer, he took it off my right foot and put it on my left. And I told him, I explained to him, I told him, I said, yeah, it was on my bone. And I took some tissue and put down there trying to, because it was swollen. He took it off and he put some of that thing on there and, charged it back up. And then prior to that.
Does he want a hearing on this? Because I'm not believing anything he's telling me.
want a hearing on the fact that you. Yes, Your Honor, my client would be asking for a hearing. He's saying he's not used alcohol. The only thing he has done is use some things that he has to use for his job, which he can bring in to show the court. So yes, he's asking for.
What kinds of chemicals is he talking about?
I use soap, pine soap, stuff to clean the toilet with. But I haven't drunk nothing. I even told the man over there that I sign my own self up at the church every Thursday at 7 o'clock to go to AA. So I haven't drunk nothing.
It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
Your Honor, can he take an ETG test?
Well, at some point he might be able to, but right now I'm a bit concerned with what he's telling me, that there's somehow or another a chemical that's doing that. And if that's the case, we would have readings all over the place because it would work more than just one day, right?
And Your Honor, I don't have what the readings are. I know that what this report is saying is that on November 16th and on November 14th, were those days?
Yeah,
Okay, so he can tell you that he was at work on those days. None of these other days has he tested positive for anything on because he's not doing anything.
and those are two days that,
But they're a tamper.
So
Yeah.
he's gonna acknowledge he put
Yeah.
something in between that and his skin because of the
and I
discomfort.
told them that there.
He did admit that.
Yeah.
He just was doing it to put a cushion though, because it was digging into his skin. And again, they have subsequent, and there was a bruise, which is why they moved it from the one leg to the other leg. And so it has been adjusted. So he's not in quite the discomfort
No.
that he was in.
Why was he talking about an alcohol reading?
I'm sorry, why was he telling you?
Why was he telling them about an alcohol reading?
No,
No.
he did not. Apparently, they told him that there was alcohol detected, and he said the only thing he can think of, it's the chemicals that he's working with because he's not been drinking.
And I bathed with a native soap. I mean, the lady that put it on, she told me, go on Amazon and get, order something with no soap.
No,
And
alcohol.
no alcohol. And the native, it don't have alcohol in it. And that's all I use. Besides the toothpaste that I run on the 10th of November out home. That's what I use to brush my teeth with. Now that got alcohol in it. I got that at home. That's what I use. And like I said,
Well, when I'm looking closely, I don't see an alcohol reading,
And I was gonna say, Your Honor, I can't see any of,
which is why I'm trying to figure out why were they discussing and why was he stating that the alcohol reading came from chemicals?
he is telling them that because he's saying, I didn't drink. The only thing I can think is because of the job that I do. So when they asked him about it, he's like, I haven't been drinking. Only thing I can possibly think is because of the chemicals I'm around at my job.
Your Honor, I agree that there's no alcohol reading, but the violation describes that on both of the separate tamper events that alcohol was detected
Correct.
Which would,
During the tamper.
which would
If
work.
you look at the bottom first page, the last bullet point
First page.
doesn't give a reading, but it indicates that alcohol detected during the tamper.
That's normally they distinguish between a consumption event and a detection of alcohol, correct? Like, we can't tell just based off of this, but when you combine the detection of alcohol with the verified tampers.
Yeah.
And again, Your Honor, it would make sense then, because if he does have something on his hand, but he's trying to adjust the ankle thing, it would detect because of whatever's on his hand.
and my wife dropped me off. Now I did get me a Wendy's burger, and I did use the hand sanitizer in the car to wipe out my hand. So I mean, no.
So on two separate occasions, this happens? Really?
No, when I went to pay.
It's fine. Come on, you're okay.
No,
You're okay. Your Honor, my client, he is working on his drinking issue.
Yes.
He is saying that during this time frame, the only time he has ever adjusted this was because of the pain. Subsequently, he's gone and gotten that fixed. It's my understanding that there's been nothing since he's gotten it fixed. Because it's been addressed. And the only thing he can think of is that whatever chemical he has is on his hand when he was adjusting and trying to get some comfort or some relief from the issue is what was detected.
I explained to them, I used a tissue and I put some, it was bruised over here, and I put some Vaseline on there. I mean, if they got alcohol in it, I mean, I don't know, but I haven't had a drink. I sign myself up at my job every Thursday night from 7 to 9 AA. No. And the guy over there, the last one on the 16th, he told me I can use any kind of assault. So he's telling me this, then the other one tell me no. So then the other lady tell me something else.
What did I tell you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor, just,
I'll give him a hearing on the second half of the violation. He admits to tampering, but as to the alcohol detection on it, I'll set that for November 25th, 2025 at 3 p.m. I'll adjourn his probable cause hearing to that date. That's 5 days out from now. But at this time, defendant's bond is revoked. Defendant's remain.
All right, y'all. So we've come to the end of that proceeding. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Judge Simpson obviously doesn't believe him. I kind of don't believe him, but let me know what you think. I mean, some of his excuses could be legit. He said he had to put tissue in between the monitor. He said he had some type of chemicals or soap on his hands where he had to kind of move around the monitor and all that stuff like that. And that's how, it came up with the reading that he had been drinking. I think it happened actually twice. Then I guess they moved the ankle monitor from one leg to the other and all that stuff. So, like I said, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Obviously, Judge Simpson does not believe him. All right. So now we're going to be moving on to another Detroit courtroom. We're going to have a sovereign citizen that is in some trouble, but this guy I've actually covered on this channel before. He has an extensive record and he's back in court. All right. So with all that being said, now let's get to the second proceeding.
Which legally denotes a corporation. May I
Thank you,
speak with
sir.
the
I'm not the typist around here, sir, so we're going to go with it the way it's spelled.
May I please address the court, sir?
Sir, I'm sure your counsel would suggest that you not do that, but you have a right to do that if you want to over your counsel's very solid legal advice.
Judge, if I may briefly, for the record, page 365, Mr. McCreary did not want us to represent him. We tried to represent him. We would like to help him to represent him.
I would like to represent myself, sir.
And that,
under Misconduct, 63 Articles 13, represent myself, Judge.
All right, sir. It appears that you have a desire to represent yourself. Let me just ask you a few questions. You're aware that either right now or at any point while this case is pending, you can have the assistance of counsel should you so desire. Are you aware of that?
I am aware, sir.
All right, and it's your decision at this time to proceed without counsel, is that correct?
That's correct, sir. Appropriate persona under Michigan Constitution, 1963, Article 13, sir.
All right.
I am very well versed in law.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. While you do have a right to represent yourself, you do not have the right to talk over me, sir. So let me say a few more things. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, which we've just discussed. And if you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide one for you. In fact, we have several attorneys here today who are very capable. Of course, you can turn down that constitutional right, and it appears that that's what you're doing. Let's see. You're charged here with one count of misdemeanor assault or assault and battery. Maximum penalty is 90 days and or $500. And of course, going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, sir. We're going to hear a few words from the prosecutor, and then it'll be your opportunity to speak if you so desire. Mr. Prosecutor.
Thanks, Your Honor. Again, Steve Vincent on behalf of the people. The complaining witness, Your Honor, in this case is a police officer. Apparently, during prisoner transport, the defendant walked past the police officer who was in and around the area while the defendant was being escorted to the holding cell, and defendant took it upon himself to lean towards the police officer and spit on him. As a result of the defendant's actions, the people will be asking for $1,000 cash bond.
Mr. McCreary, anything you want to say as to bond, sir? I do caution you not to discuss the alleged facts of the case, but it's up to you.
Well, I first would like to challenge personal jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction, territorial jurisdiction. This is a structural error, Your Honor. Under MCL 767.24, Judge, this statute of limitations has told this is a structural error. This is prosecutorial misconduct under Michigan Rules of Professional Conduct 3.8, sir. I was in the Department of Corrections from, I believe it was January. I know it was 2002. I was released in August of 16. Paperwork, everything. I've been filing complaints against the prosecutor's office. Kim Worthy, where a judge heard it on appeal, Kirsten Frank Kelly. It's been crimes against me by the prosecutor's office. And I would like to move for a change of venue where it's clearly documented, Your Honor. And the statute of limitations has told, I don't know nothing about this case. Why wasn't I processed or liens checked before I was released from prison? I've been home 6.5 years, Your Honor. This is a crime in violation of misconduct in office, MCL 750.505. Also 18 USC 241, 242 per the federal statute. Embler versus Patchman, the prosecutor does not have absolute immunity. Judge, and I exercise the common law. I demand that this case be heard under the common law, Judge. I've been home 6.5 years. No threat to anyone. I've been working. I have had 5 children since I've been home. I'm a grandfather. I have 2 grandchildren, 1 on the way. And I've been trying my best, and people have been calling, making false complaints on me, and it's well documented. I've tried to press charges, and the prosecutor won't do anything. This is selective prosecution, vindictive prosecution as well. It's all documented, sir. And I ask that this case, I would like again to challenge personal, subject matter, and territorial jurisdiction. Under MCL 767.24, the statute of limitations have told. They have been notified of any pending warrants or anything else while I was incarcerated before I was released. I've been home 6.5 years, haven't been a threat to the community, haven't been a threat to anyone. People have made false complaints on me, and I filed police reports with the Department of Justice, the FBI, the state police, and DPD, the 10th precinct. And it's documented, and they don't want to let me press charges. This is selective prosecution, Judge. So
Thank
I
you,
ask
sir,
for dismissal of this motion.
All right, motion to dismiss is denied. I don't have the authority to dismiss the case. The issues you raised, sir, are more properly brought before the judge who's going to hear this case, which will be Judge Bryant, and you can raise those issues at your next hearing. What I will do at this time is set bond as follows. Counsel, what was your request?
People were requesting $1,000 cash as a result of the actions in this case.
Okay.
I object. He just said $1,000. He's being vindictive, Your Honor. I object.
Sir, do you have any financial means with which to post a bond of any type today?
I have $300 on one credit card, and I have $40 on another card, sir. And I'll be more than happy to give you whatever I have. I've been trying, Judge. I have tenants. I have my home. I have kids I need to get home. I haven't been a threat to the community. People have been lying on me, Judge. And it's well documented, man. And I put myself on personal court. And again, I object under UCC 1-308. I reserve my rights not to be compelled to perform under any contract or commercial agreement that I did not enter into knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally. Furthermore, I do not accept the liability of revealed contracts. Also, I would like to cite a case to the court, Foy versus City of Berea. 58 Federal Third.
Sir, I don't mean to cut you off, but I do not have the authority to dismiss as you requested. So it doesn't do you any good to give me all the citations. You can raise all of that with Judge Bryant on your next court date, okay?
Yes,
so
sir.
Court's going to set bond at $1,000, 10%. That'll be $100 to you, sir, which you've indicated is an affordable bond.
I got my card.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If for whatever reason you don't post, you'll have an affordable bond hearing tomorrow morning. But if you do post, you don't have to worry about tomorrow morning. Your next court date will be in front of Judge Bryant on June the 7th here in 36th District Court for a pretrial, and I'm sure that she will entertain your motions at that time. Thank you,
Can I,
sir.
can
You
I
can
ask you a
step
question?
Thank you.
Sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can I ask you a question,
Go ahead.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
I would like to state this, that the prosecutor is under oath under Article 6, Section 3. Right now, they're violating their oath. There is a case called U.S. versus Will, where they have jurisdiction to act and they don't act, and if they don't have jurisdiction to act, it's treason against the U.S. Constitution, sir, under the common law. And I ask that you send this matter to the Michigan Attorney Grievance Commission judge because of misconduct on Kim Worthy and her subordinates.
Okay, sir. Again, that's something you can raise with Judge Bryant when you see her in June. Also, with regard to the bond redetermination date, that will be Wednesday, should you not post. If you post, you don't have to worry about it. If you don't post, that will be bond redetermination on Wednesday morning in front of Judge McConico here in 36th District Court. Thank you, sir. You can step aside.
Use my credit card. Okay. You say what now? I can't. Can I ask somebody to call somebody to post? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I got the.
All right, y'all. So that's the end of that proceeding. Like I said, McCreary, I have covered him on this channel before, and I'll have the link to his past proceedings down in the description below the video. All right. I mean, as far as, the way he talked, he seemed like he really knows the sovereign citizen argument really well, but obviously it's not working for him. Spitting on an officer, the judge isn't going to go for that. The prosecution's not going to go for that. And with the record that he has, it doesn't matter. He has grandkids, he has kids, he has a job and all that stuff. Just can't if he did it, I mean, allegedly, spit on law enforcement. But anyway, I just want to thank you for watching. I would definitely try to bring you more of this proceeding. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload more videos like this one. This is Carl from Sovereign Citizen Chronicles. I catch you on the next proceeding. God bless. Peace.